had, how much longer.
All right.
This trial over. Thank you.
All right. Mr. Simpson, you do understand your right to testify as a witness?
Yes, I do.
All right. And you choose to rest your case at this. All right. Thank you very much, sir.
From his heart, I thought he was wonderful.
I thought it was quite clear that he was speaking from the heart.
That is something that was heartfelt.
The prosecution should be glad O.J. Simpson didn't take the stand. He is a compelling and outstanding witness.
He hasn't seen his kids in a year. He's seen at least 2. I will never see my son again.
Back in court, the moment everyone has been waiting for,
Morning, Your Honor.
finally,
Good morning, ladies and
is at hand.
Your Honor, I'm very pleased to say that we have no further testimony to present at this time, and as difficult as it is, the defense does rest at this point. Thank you.
With those words, the testimony phase of the trial of the century finally is over. Now attorneys for both sides prepare final arguments. Everyone involved agrees the case for the defense was a real roller coaster with unexpected dips and turns no one could have predicted. But how did it all play to the sequestered jurors, who've heard none of the ubiquitous expert analysis and spin control that shapes public perception of the case? The answer will have to wait for the verdict. I'm Lou Waters.
How come, if the argument is that his blood is flying all over the place, DNA is flying all over the place, why didn't we find his blood type showing up where it obviously shouldn't be? What I mean is this. They took samples from the pool of blood by Nicole's body. They took samples of blood that was near Ron Goldman's body. Obviously the blood came from them because they were lying there. And then, of course, you know you have the blood drops leading away from the crime scene. That had to be left by the killer. There's no question about that. That was left by the killer because they're next to the bloody shoe prints. So you know. Why is it that the sample of blood they took from her pool of blood didn't come up with the defendant's blood type? If the defendant's blood type DNA is flying all over the place, it's flying all over the place. Then it ought to be all over the place. Why isn't it in the pool of blood sample that was taken from Nicole Brown? Why isn't it in the pool of the blood sample that was taken from near Ron Goldman's body? Logic, common sense. It ought to be there. And Dr. Lakshmanan testified that Nicole was unconscious when the final throat cut was administered and she was put down at the base of those stairs. If she lived for at least a minute, if not more, after she was hit on the head and struck unconscious, before her throat was slashed for the last time, and she was up on that upper step where you see the first pool of blood, what was the defendant doing during that minute or more